Attention passionate Cleveland Browns fans. Breaking news: something big is happening in the AFC North, and it could be a game changer. We're talking about a direct impact on the Cleveland Browns' path to another title run. A power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing you this firsthand. But before we begin, if you're a true Cleveland Browns fan, subscribe to the channel to further fuel that passion. Show that you're part of this family too. Let's help us reach 8,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and other Cleveland Browns fans. Let's get to the news. The Browns thought they had already hit rock bottom when they benched Shedeur Sanders. But no, that was just the beginning of the drama. The third act has just exploded. The rookie quarterback, the one Cleveland refused to release, was blindsided with a staggering offer, a $90 million contract from a rival franchise. This isn't just a massive deal. It's a declaration of war. An earthquake putting the Browns front office right in the eye of the storm. While Jimmy Haslam and Kevin Stefanski were busy trying to control the narrative, another organization looked at a wasted talent sitting on the bench and decided to act. They didn't just believe in Sanders, they put money, marketing, and even influence over strategic decisions on the table to prove it. We're talking endorsements, backstage power, and even a say in future coaching hires. This isn't just about a starting job. It's a throne, and it already has his name on it now. Compare that to what's happening in Cleveland. The kid who could be the future of the franchise can barely get a working headset on game day. The same player hyped as an immediate impact star is being showcased as a prize by rivals who actually understand the value of having a franchise quarterback in charge. The contrast is brutal. This is more than a contract. It's a hostile takeover. A direct strike at the heart of the Browns, their fan base, their financial stability, and the already fragile credibility of the front office. And the worst part? They did it to themselves. Taking a talent like Sanders and chaining him to the bench doesn't just sabotage the team's future. It cracks the locker room. Players see the injustice, feel the atmosphere, and start wondering if management is sabotaging their own success. This crisis has already spilled beyond the field. It's no longer just about football, but about power, control, and reputation. Shedeur has become a symbol, a reflection of everything Cleveland refused to embrace. Meanwhile, other franchises are already circling. Dolphins, Raiders, Jets, all lurking, selling promises, sketching out uniforms, and drafting offers that would make Hollywood jealous, and the city feels the impact. Fans are burning merchandise, local radio is running countdowns to decision day, and sports columns are publishing open letters demanding, "Let him go. He deserves more." Inside the locker room, veterans are speaking out publicly. Rookies are posting Sanders' practice highlights with suggestive captions. The locker room has become a pressure cooker. Sanders' silence is deafening. No interviews, no posts, no public drama. Just closed-door meetings with his team while Cleveland implodes. That silence is a clear message. He doesn't need to talk to prove that the power has shifted. The consequences are massive. If Sanders accepts the offer, the Browns won't just lose a quarterback. They'll lose the fans' trust, credibility in future drafts, sponsorships, ticket sales, and even the fragile sense of hope the city had clung to after decades of suffering. This saga could even redefine the modern NFL. Players are realizing they don't have to wait years to prove their worth. They can demand the stage from day one. They can use contracts and marketing as weapons. And the teams that ignore this will pay the price. For Cleveland, the dilemma is brutal. Either hand Sanders the keys to the franchise, admit their mistakes, and rebuild around him, or let him walk, becoming forever known as the team that traded destiny for control. Either way, the Browns are already losing, because that $90 million figure is no longer just a number. It's the new market standard, and if Cleveland wants to keep him, they'll have to pay not only with money but with power and authority. The question is, will Jimmy Haslam swallow his pride? Will Stefanski survive if he clings to a stance that has already collapsed? And will the fans endure yet another heartbreak or finally abandon ship? Because at the end of the day, Sanders isn't just a quarterback. He is the quarterback, the only one capable of rescuing a franchise that's been stuck in an identity crisis for decades. And right now, he's one step out the door, surrounded by rivals ready to crown him as the future of the league. If the Browns lose Shedeur, it won't just be the loss of a player. It'll be the loss of Cleveland as a sports project. And that will become the cautionary tale whispered at every draft for the next 10 years. Don't make the mistake Cleveland made. NFL insider Tony Rizzo doesn't expect Shedeur Sanders to last the entire season with the Cleveland Browns. Cleveland drafted Sanders in the 5th round, and he's been the emergency backup quarterback to start the year. With Sanders stuck on the sidelines and also behind fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel, his path to playing time looks uncertain because of that. Browns insider Tony Rizzo believes Cleveland could trade Sanders before the deadline in order to get some value in return. "I don't think Sanders plays this season," Rizzo said on ESPN Cleveland. "In fact, I can see it happening. I don't know exactly when the trade deadline is. You know what? The Browns see Shedeur as an asset. Maybe they can cash in on him. Maybe they get a 5th or 4th round pick for a quarterback. Yeah, even though the Browns just drafted him, Cleveland could look to move Sanders for a return piece if they don't think he'll contribute meaningful snaps." Rizzo believes another team might give up a mid-round pick for Sanders to add quarterback depth, especially if an injury comes up. But since Sanders fell in the draft, it's uncertain whether another team would be interested in trading for him this season. Sanders hasn't played in an NFL game this year, but he remains confident in his ability to step in. The rookie quarterback is sure of his skills, and even believes he's better than some current starters in the league. "I'm sure of it. I know that if you watch the quarterbacks playing in the league right now, I know I'm capable of doing better than that," Sanders told ESPN Cleveland. Although he's currently sitting 3rd on the quarterback depth chart, Sanders says he isn't focused on that. Instead, he's concentrating on improving so that when the opportunity comes, he'll be ready. "I don't think playing or not playing is in my hands," Sanders said. "If things work out, if things line up for me to play, then I'll be there and ready to go. I'm ready to play right now." Sanders was selected 144th overall in the draft. Despite Cleveland's offensive struggles, the Browns are still rolling with Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback. Heading into Week 4, Browns offensive coordinator Tommy Rees remains confident in the veteran, but he knows Flacco needs to feel more comfortable in the system to take things to the next level. "We just need to make him comfortable. Like, he probably felt comfortable early on a few weeks back. We haven't been able to get that rhythm back,"